Hey everyone, before we get started, I'd like to note that I'm not sponsored by GAN or the Cubicle or anyone, but it would be pretty cool. But anyways, today GAN has sent me a free GAN13 for me to test, and that's what I'll be doing. I'll be unboxing, testing, and reviewing it. Ooh. Oh, it's fancy. Whoa. Damn, it like pulls apart. Oh, that's pretty sick. It shows you the internals. I have no idea what half of these things are. I'm guessing that's an adjustment system. That's the core and the core magnet repulsion / attraction system. I think that allows you to adjust magnet strength. It's probably maglev for the core. Oops, here is more core internals. Not exactly sure what these are. These I think are corner magnets. This is probably an adjustment system for tightening. That's my guess. And see, they have the magnet system here, but on the other side, I think the hexagon pattern that most GAN cubes have is more clear on display here. But enough of that. That was so cool. Let's see what this feels like out of the box. Oh wow, there's no wrapping. It's a lot louder than I thought it would be. See what's under the caps. So what is this? There's a gear-like pattern on the outside with numbers for some adjustment and another adjustment system here, which is interesting. I don't know how that works yet. And I think that's magnet strength. Something's catching. Whoa. Also the slice turns feel very, very loose. I think I might have to tighten the cube. Might have to tighten the cube later. Wow, that's really weird. So when I do an H-perm, I do lefty end flicks. And I can feel this back piece, since I hold it down here. It kind of moves when I do the H-perm because I'm guessing sometimes I'm misaligned and it catches, and I can feel it in here a lot. Let's do some quick out of the box solves. Oh my. Yeah, I don't think I have much control over this now when doing a full speed solve. I think I'm gonna have to tighten it a lot. I take back what I said earlier, this cube is very light and very airy, and it's not that stable. But I don't know why, it still feels more stable than the GAN12 that my friend has. Not sure why. Alright, in the box were these 4 things. This one is a pretty cool card with GAN's Insta. I don't know what that number is. Maybe that's the ID of my cube or something. I think this is an ad for Cube Station. AI beginner tutorial. Not sure what it is. But I think this is the classic GAN tutorial pamphlet. I remember seeing one of these like 5 years ago. Yeah, it is. It's nothing special. And this is probably the instruction manual. Yeah, it is. This is what I need to read. Alright, I was right. That is the magnet system. They have the little grooves there with a number, and you have to push it over. And if I'm right, the tool is in here somewhere. Oh, is it this? See this thing? Is it this thing? Can I hook it? Oh, okay. Yeah, it is this. So I think I have to push it over with this. Also does stuff for the... This also works for like turning the gears that I was talking about earlier. And maybe the... Which one is it? It's one of them. Okay, yeah. It also works for the center travel adjustment. I don't even know what that is. Let's read. Center travel. The distance the centerpiece is allowed to move up and down the core when turning. Oh, okay. So it's more or less the spring length. This is the center travel. But the tension is how tight the sides are pushed into the core by the screw overall. That makes sense. Yeah, they have their whole maglev system, which makes sense. They have the tension adjustment, which is for tension. That is, okay, that's the gears, and I also use the metal thing for that. Yeah, magnet adjustment, we got over that. Cool. First thing I'm gonna do is adjust the magnets, because that was definitely, I need stronger magnets for sure. Alright, you guys probably can't even see it at all, but I'm having trouble seeing the number. I think that's a 3. So what do I do here? Do I push this way? I do. Okay, that's 2. Alright, then I can go to 6, which is the strongest one, and 1 is the weakest. Alright, with the magnets out of the way, I realized that it's actually snapping in place now, and it does do the little auto-turning thing. That's pretty cool. I think I saw that they reduced the angle at which it auto-turns from like 35 to 30 or something, which I don't know how much that really matters, but that's pretty cool. Alright, on to tensioning. Alright, so we also got to read the numbers on the gear. It's hard to read. I think this notch is what aligns, if I'm correct, with the current tension. Could be wrong. Maybe it's these diagonal notches. But I'm gonna make it tighter. Oh, yep. The tensions are tension from 1 to 6, 1 being the loosest, 6 being the tightest, and since I want to tighten this a lot, I'm gonna see what 6 feels like. That feels like a completely different cube. It's more dry now and not really airy anymore. It also feels, for some reason, heavier when I do it, when I tighten it. Wow, okay. Let's see what 5 feels like. That feels better. I think this is a reasonable tension. I'm on tension 5 right now for reference, but I don't know if I really need to adjust the sensor travel distance just yet, so I'll set it up and see how this setting feels. Strongest magnets 6 and 5 on the tension. Okay, so after more messing around and going to a competition, I found a good setup for the GAN13 that works well for me. I have the settings on the hardware, a 4 in magnet strength, a 5 in tension, and a 2 in the center travel. And after looping it with a little bit of Traxxas 50K and maybe a drop or two of DNM, it's smooth, fast, and controllable enough for me to use in 3x3. And now that the cube is set up for my preferences, I think I can provide my overall thoughts on the cube. I think the GAN13 is a great cube for 3x3, and some of its strengths are its customizability. I think this cube has a setting or a group of settings that works for most turning styles out there, mine included, which makes it my main for 3x3 over the RS3M 2021, which is just a little too fast for me. I think the GAN13's stronger magnets and stability are a great blessing for me specifically because I have less accurate turning. It's also very usable in a comp setting, as you can see here. Even though I'm shaky and I'm turning not really accurately, the GAN13 accommodates for me, and I still end the solve with a nice 7.05 time. It does have its own, the GAN13 does have its weaknesses, however. For example, the slices are kinda iffy, they lock kinda easily because of some issue within the hardware, I think. It might be due to the corner cutting. I've noticed that the corner cutting on the GAN13 isn't as on par with other 3x3s that I've felt before, including my RS3M, which is why I prefer my RS3M much more for one-handed and in blindfolded. Now, that's not to say that the GAN13 is a bad cube, it's just that the corner cutting and maybe the speed isn't exceptional, and it doesn't have to be. It does what it needs to do, and it is a good, stable cube that I think anyone can use. Also, the GAN13 has some benefits over other cubes based on its new technology. For example, the anti-45 degree alignment and auto turning at like past 30 degrees. I think that is a minor, maybe negligible, but I have definitely noticed it in my solves, making my turning smoother and helping me avoid +2s and just overall making me more confident in my turning, which has definitely helped. So yeah, to end off my thoughts, I think the GAN13 is a great 3x3 cube, although maybe for me specifically, it's not that good at one-handed and blindfolded compared to my current main for those events, the RS3M 2021. Thanks again to GAN for sending me the free cube, and see y'all later.